Welcome back, everybody. We are going on to the winners match here of Group D in the TLS3 round of 24. It is going to be Bakuryu versus Rams.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Rams looks like he's in good shape, taking out Cozy really easily there in his first game. Bakuryu looking very solid against his first opponent as well, although that was a ZVZ, so completely different science to this one, of course.
Yep.
But Bakuryu is one of those guys who, as we've mentioned before, always gets far but never quite makes it all the way. And I'm really rooting for him here because I know he practices hard and I know he wants it. And so I'm hoping he's got the power to go against Ramsey.
Yeah, I mean, he had, as you say, he had a pretty nice run last season. He made it to the round of 16 by beating, a True Touch, who was definitely favored over him in the round of 24. So that was awesome. Yeah. He had the sickest comeback ever against Busy in the round of 16, but still couldn't quite take out Draw in the final match, even though, he did play some pretty awesome games overall. So, Bakuryu, man, come on, he needs a win. He needs to win the Stash Zerg. He's so nice. He's so awesome. He needs to win. So, you know what I want to happen, Elegant? I want Bakuryu to beat Rams now, so he advances. And so not only does Bakuryu get to advance, but then Rams can go to the final match and win there. So he still wins, but we get the maximum number of TVZs.
I like it. I like the way you're thinking. That's good thinking. I heartily agree with you. This is one of the few scenarios where I would actually want the Zerg to win.
Yeah.
And there's not many of those.
There are very few. Except in ZVZ, I guess. Which we have a lot of.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just go into the game.
Let's do it. I can't wait.
And here we go at the bottom right position as the red Terran. We have Rams. At the 12 o'clock position as the orange Zerg, we have Bakuryu.
Yes, we do indeed. So this is where it gets real. Both of these guys have proven their worth in their previous games. They both look really solid against their opponents, but I think this is going to be a real test for both of them. Bakuryu, he really distinguishes himself for me in ZVZ. That's where I kind of think of him. For me, that's Bakuryu's signature, is Zerg v Zerg. But how would you rate him as a ZVT player?
I think his ZVT is pretty strong. I mean, I'm not sure. There's so few Terrans. It's like hard to think of ZVT games, you know?
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I'm trying to think back of what impressive ZVTs he's played, and I'm like, well,
I actually can't think of any, unfortunately. I'm sure they must have happened, and I'm sure I/you, some of us have probably casted them at some point. But
I do know one.
Go on.
It's the game I keep talking about where he beat Mad and Mad got mad.
Mad got mad.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's that one, but that was like forever ago. Bakuryu didn't even remember that game, but I did because it was awesome.
Anyway. I beat Mad once. I remember that.
But by the way, True Touch is also watching the stream, and he is itching for some revenge here against Bakuryu. I think actually before the group started, True Touch was saying he hopes Bakuryu wins so he can get revenge on him later in the tournament. Because of course, we keep saying that Bakuryu did knock True Touch out last season. So
yeah.
We got starting a rivalry here. This is good. This is exactly what I want. It's because so many. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say so many, but there are some Brutal who are quite nice, right? Like Bakuryu pretty nice. True Touch is a nice guy. See, but you know what? We need more trash talk. We need some more rivalries going on here. So I'll let them be nice and I'll trash talk for them. I think
that's a good idea,
right?
But the problem is people can get really kind of uppity if the caster's doing trash talk. Even if it's meant in jest, people can still get really, these casts are so disrespectful, and it can get really
I think there's an easy solution here, which is to just always be disrespectful to everybody. I think that's a good solution.
Yeah, because then you get the image of, no, that's just him, that's just how he casts.
Exactly.
And so it's all right, and people don't get really annoyed with you. which
I
is
just
both.
like pretend I have Tourette syndrome or something.
Yeah. But I always find that argument really funny when people are like, oh, as if they could play that well. If I could play that well, I wouldn't be casting. I'd be playing. It's crazy.
By the way, Tupac is reminding me that, you know, we said how we couldn't think of any amazing Bakri ZVTs, and yet we had only just talked about his epic comeback against Busy last season. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. I don't know.
Oopsie. Damn. Well, sorry, Bakri. Guess we probably should have remembered that one.
It's alright. I think we hyped him quite a bit.
Yeah, I think we did him credit, despite forgetting that greatest moment to then bust out at the last minute just to make him seem even more transcendently amazing. SCV finally going down. Bakri is pumping out a decent number of links.
Is this a one racks expand?
Looks
What
like
is
it.
this madness?
This crazy build. It's some kind of cheese, I think. It's some kind of CC cheese.
I think so. What kind of crazy
legit.
person goes expansion before gas? I mean, honestly.
Not legit. And we do have a good number of links coming out from Bakri right now. And he does have the opportunity to do a decent bit of pressure. He might be able to get in there and surround the bunker. He has a good number of lings. There are 4 Marines in the bunker, so possibly he doesn't quite have the strength to do so. But we don't have any more reinforcing his speed from Bakri knows he does not have the power to do that. And he's going to pull back instead. We need a lot more lings for that to really be viable.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bakri is not the kind of guy who goes for that kind of shenanigans, so...
It's not polite.
It's been kind of weird. By the way, just to clarify, because I know we have a decent amount of SC2 viewers who aren't that familiar with the Broodor builds, One Racks Expand is, of course, the most standard TVZ. In fact, you see it in almost every game in like Korean games. But we're, of course, joking because in the TLS, in our lovely Foreigner games, despite it being quote-unquote the standard, nobody ever does it. Everyone goes one base first, which is not the standard at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just wanted to make that clear.
It is really funny, but it's absolutely true. It's not just something we're making up. It's 100% the way people seem to be playing. It's a really weird kind of foreigner meta game that's established itself there. I don't know what it is about the One Rack Expand that people fear. It looks fairly vulnerable, but it's actually pretty well refined. It's a pretty good build, but foreigners really don't seem to be a fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it does take pretty good mechanics to pull off, you know, medic marine control and macro properly. I would say that it's possibly mechanically one of the most demanding, if not the most demanding things going, you know, mass bio, TVZ, you know, science vessels and all that. Because of course the Marines and medics, they build super quick, so it's really hard to macro them consistently. And then obviously the control is hard. You know, you can't just be like Protoss and A-move and have everything in the same control group. You gotta have medics and Marines in different control groups, and then, you know, you gotta do the stims and all that jazz. And it is quite a pain in the butt, you know. I mean, yeah, I make fun of Terran players, but I gotta give them some respect. The bio stuff is pretty damn hard.
Yeah, I always had respect for a Terran while I watched them do good bio play. You know, I like good bio play. You got all those Marines to control, you got the medics, you got the science vessels, maybe a couple of tanks thrown in there as well in the later stages. It's cool, and it does take some really decent control, and it does allow for some awesome opportunities. Great stuff like awesome Marine splits against lurkers, things like that, and I just love that kind of.
Yep. And one thing we should point out also, by the way, is that Rams has opted for the fast +1 follow-up as well.
Yeah, got 4 barracks on the way.
Yeah, so basically he's going for some pretty heavy mid-game Marine pressure. He's basically hoping, in fact, that when Bakuryu's mutas eventually come out, which they're about to now, wow, perfect scan just as the Spire finishes, he's going to try and pressure Bakuryu enough that Bakuryu can't even attack his base. Bakuryu will be forced to just use the mutas defensively to pick off Marines so he doesn't die. And that way, Rams can actually just skimp on turrets. He doesn't have to make quite as many turrets as he would otherwise, and doesn't really have to worry about getting harassed too much. Which I think in particular is nice on Aztec, because you have this cliff right by the natural, and also the back of the main is pretty annoying. It's all the way back here. You've got to kind of run around the ramp and come back up. So if he can actually pressure a lot and keep the mutas away from his base, that'll be very, very useful.
Yeah, that'd be very good indeed, and he does definitely have the Marine count to do that if he gets out and about right now. He's got loads of Marines. That is at least 2 control groups, I'd say, right there. He's moving them all back into his main, but that shouldn't last very long. He's getting a couple of extra missile turrets, but I would think that he's going to feel fairly safe in moving out quite soon. That is a lot of Marines. Those used to just straight away getting turned away, not even bothering to try and take out those Marines. They are positioned under a cliff, though, so I think he could probably do with a little bit of repositioning there. But yeah, he definitely has the opportunity to move out here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that he's being so passive with the Marines. I really would have thought he would have at least tried and push out a little bit just to scare Bakuryu, but it looks like he might have just been waiting for a few more Marines. He does have +1 now, so He might be getting ready to go. Maybe just was chilling for a little bit, getting a couple of extra turrets up, but really needs to be pressuring if he's going to go for that fast +1, I think. And here we go. Now he's going to go for the move out. Bogdan is going to choose his time to come in here, but not quite getting a good shot. And now he sees the large number of Marines heading his way. He's got to be... Ram's got to be a little bit careful going down this narrow ramp. These are perfect little death traps for Marines against Mutas. But he's moving out now. In the meantime, Bakr, of course, got his third base. He's going to make some lurkers here to defend this ramp. Everything as normal. And here we go, Bakr going to do
some... no. Bakr, sorry to interrupt you right there. Running a bunch of Mutas right into Marine fire, and he's now going to try and do some kind of attack from behind with these Mutas. But he needs to be so careful. He's out in open ground. This is not the place to be engaging your opponent right now when you don't have a vastly superior Mutalist camp.
That is a lot of Sunkens.
Yeah, that is a hell of a lot of Sunkens. Is he going straight for Hive? Yeah, he will have a Hive on the way up already.
Lurker aspect is not done evolving yet. He can't make the lurkers. Oh god.
Oh no.
He's so close.
Finally, it's done evolving. So he's going to be able to make a couple of lurker eggs on the ramp.
He needs to keep these on the ramp. These need to not leave the ramp.
Keep this on the ramp. He needs to not lose those Hydras. Okay, he manages to make one lurker egg on the ramp and
is
another
that blocked? Can the Marines run down there?
I'm
not convinced that that's blocked.
But this should give Bakr a good opportunity to get in there with his Mutas as the Marines try and head down the ramp. It looks like it is blocked. Those Mutas going in there, they might be able to take out a few Marines at the back right here. Not quite doing the best micro that he's done of his life there. Bakr taking a lot of free hits to his Mutas without doing any significant damage to his Marine force. And now Ram's going to be able to bust all the way down that ramp. There are no lurkers in there. One lurker, not even managing to burrow down. The Mutas do manage to catch a couple of straggling Marines, but that's not going to be good enough.
Oh my goodness, Bakr could actually just lose the game right here. He's got no more lurkers at this base. I don't think he can save the third base. I think he should just forget it and do something else. There's nothing he can do about this anymore. Oh man, really unfortunate for Bakr, but very nicely played by Rams. I gotta say, the Muta Micro, you were saying it as well, but the Muta Micro was just not very good. There's not really much other way I can put it there. Bakr looks like he's trying to hide a couple of drones at the bottom so he can at least remake that base later, but this is just a little bit unfortunate. Bakr's going to have some miraculous Hive level play to come back in this game. Now the thing is, Hive level play does make it possible to do sick comebacks with defilers, with good defiler use, and a solid Zerg player with good multitasking. You can come back. It is not impossible. So Bakr's not out yet, but it's going to be an uphill climb. Yeah,
he does fortunately have the Hive tech basically ready now. He's got a defiler mound coming in. So he'll have that done soon. He'll have consumed done not too distant future. He only has 3 lurkers outside his opponent's nats right now, so that's a pretty tenuous contain. And even with a good Marine split, that could potentially be broken, although at some significant cost to rounds. So he'll probably just do it slowly with a couple of siege tanks, to be honest with you.
By the way, I just have to say, I was kind of laughing a bit because Bakr actually has just said in chat, there was no lag this game, I just played bad. It's like so often when you have a Zerg player making dubious Muta Micro, they just are like, oh well, there's high latency and the game was lagging and my opponent lived in China and Peru at the same time. And looks like we're gonna have a bit of a nice exchange here. Bakr in the middle. I think you get the lurkers down, not quite. Just gonna have to back up with the lings. I'll tell you, Bakr just confirming that he actually just sucked.
Yeah, not bad control from Rams in that battle as well. He was able to save his Marines quite well. Oh, but Bakr running his lurkers into a very, very nasty position indeed. And they're immediately taken out by those Marines. Rams looking super on the ball with his micro. Bakr losing all his lings as well. Very, very unfortunate. But yeah, it's nice to see Bakr making no excuses right here, saying that his opponent lives in China and that only a noob could win with that lag and whatever else kind of crap you get people saying.
Yeah, man.
Defilers are now done though. I don't think we have Consume ready yet. Although maybe we do. Yes, we do have Consume. So Dark Swarm is already a possibility, which is basically an end to any pure Marine force such as this one. Those lurkers out
in the middle of the map are just owning. Every one of these Marines has like 3 or more kills.
What a bunch of bosses.
These guys are sick.
They are single-handedly raising the life expectancy for Marines quite significantly.
And look at how many Marines Rams is back at home. His macro is insane.
It's ridiculous. Oh my god, look at that train of units coming out of Ram's space.
Units.
What does Bakr have against this? Bakr is right now on 65 supply versus 139 from his opponent. Bakr still has no sign of a new third base. This is terrible position for Bakr.
Is he making Guardians? No, he's not. He's just hiding
No, he's not even making Guardians. He doesn't have money for Guardians.
Well, he's hiding Mutas at the third, or at the mineral only. Wow. Wait, Rams has no third though. Okay, he's got an SCV ready. He's got 1,000 minerals, so he could actually make it. I guess these units will block it though, so that'll be useful. Oh, no, he saw it. Oh, and he's got Marines there. He's got Marines everywhere, man. This is this dude.
He's got significant forces everywhere. You would be excused for thinking that down in the bottom left-hand corner is the spearhead of Ram's main force. But nothing can be further from the truth. Ram's main force is about to wander into Bakuryu's natural, and Bakuryu, seemingly unaware of this, moves a bunch of units out, but does manage to just get the Darkspawn down in time and will get a couple of lurks underneath that. Is Ram's watching? He could lose quite a lot of Marines on his way out. Yeah, just managed to retrieve the time. But meanwhile, the force down in the bottom left-hand corner has been cleaned up. And look at this, Ram's going back again to make sure there is no new third, which there, of course, isn't.
Rams is just being so sick right now. He's splitting his forces perfectly. He blocks the attack on his mineral only. He's checking at the third. He's got his main army pressuring Bakuryu's front. His macro is just, well, I wouldn't say impeccable. He's loading up to 1,500 minerals, but he has a butt ton of Marines. And
yeah, that's a lot.
If he can bring this kind of form to the later rounds of TLS, I'm very hopeful here. You know, I mean, we lost Skyline already, which was sad, but if Rams can take up the mantle, that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and he's looking like he does have the potential to. This is solid stuff from Rams, really, really solid stuff. Bakuryu has so few units. Bakuryu's supply is going down steadily, and Rams is going up fast. He's on 146 supply right now versus 56. Oh my god, that is a huge supply difference.
That is pretty bad for Mr. Zerg guy. I'm just trying to find out what Bakuryu can do. I mean, the thing is, Bakuryu can't even try and like abuse multitasking and small groups of lings and defilers because Rams just has units all over the place.
Yeah.
And he's constantly pressuring. It's like he's not even giving Bakuryu the chance to make him come back. He's just constantly shutting him down here. You know, Bakuryu would love to have a few seconds just to catch his breath and, you know, try a couple of multitasking attacks of his own. He's just unable to do so.
Yeah, he's absolutely got
Look at that split!
Whatsoever.
He didn't lose a single Marine!
Oh dear me, the natural expansion is going down, losing the last of his lurkers, losing his last pilot there as well. The Marines are going to be easily able to take down these sunken colonies. Maybe if they had some reinforcements, it looks like all their reinforcements are standing back somewhere, enjoying the view, but even so, these Marines are still able to do decent nice damage, and they are just able, 7-kill Marines finally going down at the end there, are just able to take down the last of the sunken colonies.
Bakuryu's finally got a third. Oh, and he's attacking the mineral only with mutas. The mutas finally come into play once again. Looks like a few Marines coming in though. They don't have medics, but it doesn't matter. The mutas are way too weak. These Marines are 2-1, so the mutas are going to have to scramble here. And oh my god, Bakuryu losing a huge force in the middle of the map. And by huge, I mean it was like 3 lurkers and 6 lings, but that's huge for Bakuryu.
Yeah, he's on 52 supply. This is not looking golden for Bakuryu. I'm surprised he's still alive, to be quite honest. He did quite a good amount of damage to that force, which is coming to his natural. But 2 dropships worth of units now dropping into his main. I feel like that's probably going to be the death toll for a Zerg player. He's going to lose all his tech here in very, very short order.
Oh man, this is not looking good. I don't even know how he can defend this. He's going to lose his pile amount. He's losing all the drones. Here we go. He's going in with the links. There's only 1 medic there, so the links are actually going to do a decent job against the Marines, but I think the damage might be done here, and they're not dead yet even, but I think they're going to fall short of it. Yeah, they are going to fall. Good bit of ling. Whoa. Whoa! No!
Hero Marines. And look at that, they go on to the drones now as well. We've got a 5-kill Marine right there and a 6-kill. I'm just enjoying this game, looking at how many kills individual Marines have. That's occupying most of my time, and I'm loving it. These Marines are absolute heroes, finally going down in the main base.
Oh, the medic ran out of energy, that's why.
Damn.
I was going to say, if that medic had still had energy, that Marine probably could have just killed everything else there.
Yeah. Damn, that was bad. But Rams is still pushing forward pretty much unassailably. He's got a whole bunch more tanks coming out of his natural expansion right now. His barracks are just constantly pumping. They have not stopped since the get-go. That is just crazy. He's going to need to change the light bulbs in those barracks. There's no way they can keep going.
Rams has taken Bakuryu's old third.
Oh, and 4 dropships coming in to finally do what the previous dropships could not. Landing in the main base, can be able to take out a good amount of tech unless they get caught into Darkspawn, which it looks like they may do. Ram's not paying attention to that drop there, but meanwhile, he's going to Bakuryu's third. GG.
Rams advances from the group 2-0. Easy peasy. Just dominated the group.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you know, people did pick him to get out of the group. I was a doubter, but wow, that was just easy peasy.
That was so easy for Rams.
He took out Baku like he was nothing.
He just breezed through.
Wow.
That was insane. That makes me really excited to see Rams in the rest of the tournament, though. Without a doubt, he's got a good chance of going far in this one with that kind of play. Definitely.
All right, I have our round of 16 group. It's going to be Siki, True Touch, Busy, and Rams. Done.
Whoa.
Easy peasy. Operation Knockout Siki is in action.
Oh, that would be just so sick.
We're gonna randomize the groups, and those 4 players will accidentally be in the same group.
Yeah. On no account will Sale be asked for his firm opinion on what the group should be.
Yeah.
Just want to get that on record.
I have no say in the matter. Nope.
No
I'm just good at picking random names.
Yeah. Yeah. Adult's hat.
So, yes, Rams in the round of 16. Congratulations. Baku's not out. He will go into the final match to face the winner of the upcoming ZVZ. So we got 2 ZVZs left. The next one will be Sacred versus Cozy. The loser of that is knocked out. And the winner will, of course, face Bakuryu, which is not exactly an enviable position to be in.
Indeed, it is not. Zerg v Zerg definitely being a strong suit of his. And yeah, we'll be bringing that to you right after this break, which is coming up.
See you in a bit.